My name's Kevin, and this is The View. Well, I had a. I was out for my bi-yearly retreat, time where I just stay away from everything around me, just seeking God's face, a moment of closure for my life. And usually, I get very exhausted on my retreat time. Like, I could just I'll be tired and exhausted for absolutely no reason. Well, the reason is there. But this time, it was different. I had the energy to do more. And my mind was all, well, it is time to break the record and show God how much further I can push, how much further I can keep pushing. And when I woke up in the morning, I was ready to go on. But then a voice spoke to me, man. Why? Why do you want to do this? The honest reason was I wanted a metric system where I showed God how much I could keep pushing further and breaking the limits of physical or the time that I tend to put in with Him. Bro, did you just pray? Bro, have you tried praying for 10 hours? No, I should do that one now. That's what I will do next to prove to God I love Him. Okay, bro, you've done 10 hours. Try 15 hours next. No, oh my God, no. 20 hours next. And it's performative in the sense that it's a metric system that you use to gauge your closeness to God. And I will not lie, I was amongst those people who was performative or who had a performance metric to which I judge my closeness to God. Like you're talking to me, do you pray? Bro, I've read the Bible, the whole Bible 4 times, man. Have you read the Bible like twice? Bro, I could quote like at least 20 verses off of my mind right now. Can you do that too? Exactly. And just like every other year, it was time for me to come out and prove myself to God. Don't get me wrong. Extending time for God is not a bad thing. But when it becomes my current will be better than my last type of situation, the question is now, who are you doing it for? Is it for you? Or is it for God? And that was the thought process I had in the morning, while I was supposed to spend 2 more extra days or at least an entire day there. And to top it all off, Romans 9:16 came to mind. Not of he that runneth, not of he that willeth, but of God that showeth mercy. And instantly I said, oh my God, yes, I may have been overdoing myself. Yes, I have the energy to go an extra day. But it's a different kind of confidence when you leave space for God to fill in the gap in your life. You know how much you are a person that can put in so much effort, but on some specific days you just chill and you just lay back. Like it's why I tend to tell, or I told a friend of mine, bro, discipline and consistency is not the main thing. Discipline and consistency is a part of the thing that you're meant to have. Obedience, listening to God's voice, is more important than your discipline and your consistency, dog. Like you think you have to be consistent with whatever you're doing, and the entire time you're just heading towards a path that's just useless. Like you're called for more, but because you're not listening, you think you have to prove yourself. You think there's a performance. You have this mindset of being performative, of a performative man of Christ or a woman or a Christian essentially, and you just feel like you have to keep on pushing. I have to do this because this is the power of the Spirit, or the gift of the Spirit is self-discipline. So I have to discipline myself all through, bro. Obedience is better than sacrifice, man. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Obedience is better than whatever thing you can be doing right now. And that was what made me realize, man, maybe, just maybe, staying here a little bit longer was for me to prove to God that I can do more. Give me more. But sometimes doing more is doing less. Makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. But then doing more is doing less. Because now you shift your attention from what you can do for God to what God can do for you. And that's the best way to live. Because now you now look at it. God, tell me, what should I do? Hear me out. Tell me, what should I do right now? And he says, be disciplined. Be consistent with this very thing. You go on with it. The next minute is like, you know what, draw back. I don't want you to be in that zone anymore. And then you're relaxed. All your discipline feels like it was never necessary. But was it? Nah. It wasn't. Because we as human beings, we tend to find an exact one thing that we want to do for the rest of our. Like, everybody has this mind of, okay, this is one thing that I will do for the rest of my life. Oh, this thing has been working out for me my entire life. Well, I'll just keep downing on it till the day I die, man. Like, you keep on taking one specific decision for the rest of your life. It doesn't feel like one decision, but then it's like encapsulated in a whole bundle of things that when you sit back and look at the reoccurring pattern, you're like, oh well, this is one thing that I've been doing. I've met people who their discipline has messed up their opportunities for themselves, but trust me, it didn't feel that way to them. It still doesn't feel that way to them. And God is saying, listen, I speak. Listen. It's not you. It's never about you. I feel shame. Like, there are seasons where I have felt so much shame, and I'm like, well, like, wow, this is wonderful. But I didn't think it that way until it was done, and then I reflected back on it, like, oh my God, wow, this is actually wonderful. And because when you tell people the voice of God speaks in you, listen, it's easier than telling them. Like, it's way harder. It's actually way harder to tell somebody to listen to the voice that speaks in you than to tell them you just have to be consistent with this, or you have to be disciplined with this, or you have to keep on pushing yourself further till God knows that you're this person. Yeah, like, just give God space, man. Just like, give this is for people. This is for people who are being performative with Christ. Like, going out there to show, like, yes, I understand your intention is to know God more. Truly, it's wonderful. But knowing God more is listening to God. Know whatever you have in your head right now and you're already doing. Knowing God more is listening to God speak. Again, obedience is better than sacrifice. It doesn't matter if you can put in so much effort. It doesn't matter for how much you've done. If you can't listen to God speak at this very moment, you're going to fall. And that has been the entire story of everybody in the book of Kings. It doesn't matter how much you've done already. If you don't listen to him right now, you are definitely not on the same path with him. And that's just whatever I have to talk about today. Listen to God. He speaks. His voice is very quiet though, just like the one Elijah had on the mountain. But regardless, don't be a performative Christian. Rather, ask God, who do you want me to be today? I feel like that's a much more honest question. And sometimes that may be you just relaxing for the day, man. That may be you having to work more. That may be you having to mix both in a specific day. Like, he's a God of sauce, man. He always spices things up. He doesn't just give you a robotic mission for your life. So, yeah.